We are here again with Dr. Hu, who has an impressive background working a lot with mammals in Taiwan. You're also a professor here, and you work with the Taiwan One Ecology Colation. So last episode, we talked about the traps that are sort of plaguing Taiwan's wildlife conservation. Now, we talked a lot about what they are and how they do indiscriminately kill and what are better alternatives. But what we didn't talk about is earlier in March this year, the Taiwan One Ecology Colation, TOEC spokesperson, surnamed Pan, submitted a proposal for a comprehensive ban on the use of wild boar snares. So what was the process of collecting signatures and doing public outreach like? Were you a part of that yourself?
Yes. Actually, we are a group, well-connected NGOs of wildlife and animal protection from 12 local organizations, including dog protection, cat protection, water buffalo, and all kinds of wild animal.
Oh, that is the Taiwan One Ecology Coalition?
Yes.
Wow, okay, 12 different groups.
Right.
Okay.
12. We also organize several parades to the central government to save wildlife, black bear, samba deer, sika deer, water buffalo, and also dogs and cats. And according to the legal proceeding, in 2025, we go to the local court to appeal the central government. How can we tolerate the bandit on the election? Because we submit the proposal to vote whether or not we should stop the crucial trap in Taiwan.
Can I ask, this proposal to comprehensively ban the use of wild boar snares in Taiwan, how many signatures did you need to collect?
Oh, okay. We have more than 10,000 signatures across the whole year in 2024.
That is a lot.
Yeah,
10,
it's a lot.
000?
It's not just in the urban area. We have different countryside NGO, and we also have many animal protection NGOs working on the dog and the cats issues. So they gather the signature in web and in local exhibition. Taipei City and the New Taipei City have many signatures, more than 5,000. But the South Taiwan and the Central Taiwan are also the majority. So at least there are 3,000 signatures from Kaohsiung and the Taichung City.
Okay. And were you also out there collecting signatures?
Yeah, I still recall in the springtime, I work in Huabo, the park outside the Yuanshan MRT station. And we have about 6-day exhibition working on the local people. And we have many stray dog and cat to have people introduce.
When you're approaching somebody in public who maybe was not, in the field of wildlife research, they're just a regular person, and you tell them, maybe it's their first time hearing about the issue, you tell them, hey, these traps in Taiwan, they are killing and injuring and amputating a lot of our wildlife and the stray cat and dog population. When they hear that, how do they usually react?
Oh, they feel so surprised because they assume the cruel trap should be banned for a long time. Yes, we did, but the Animal Protection Act only ban the uses. It's not for the manufacturing, web, commercial, shopping, holding, or exporting. So, it's a miscontrol on the marketing. We do ban the uses of the cruel trap.
Yeah, I think it is very natural that people would be surprised, especially when you show up with pictures of very cute cats, dogs, and Formosan black bears who have been victims of these traps. I know that's how I found out about your coalition,
Mm-hmm.
I was in Taichung at a park, and I was just walking around. It was some kind of summer market, and there was a man walking around with a sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was just repeating like ban these traps basically. And I saw the pictures and I was like, oh my god, yeah, of course, ban the traps. It's so natural, right? And I think most people naturally would be surprised and a little bit disgusted. Yeah. So this proposal, complete with these 10,000 signatures, was submitted to the Central Election Commission earlier this year. In March, they responded, and they said that they rejected the proposed referendum to ban wild boar traps. Could you explain their reasoning?
Yeah, it's kind of complicated. Firstly, the Central Election Commission mentioned it cannot be voted because of the indigenous human right. The trap hunting is the indigenous tradition, but it's not for the mental trap. And the Central Election Commission emphasized this is the human right, strongly argued in the Constitution. So any proposal against the Constitution cannot be voted or processed. This is the argument one. Because of the Constitution.
Okay. Yeah, but there are also indigenous people supporting the ban of the traps, right?
Yeah. The other part is the policy strategy change, because the MOA, the conservation agency, mentioned within the 1 year, they only have the temporary regulation to use this kind of mental trap. But in the future, in 2026, they will ban totally the illegal trap. So maybe in the future, this kind of issue cannot be necessary. So this is the other argument from the Central Election Commission, because the issue will disappear in the future. So they propose not to be voted right now. So this is the other side of.
So what is that in 2026? It's going to be banned completely?
Right, because the chief of the MOA promised in the legitimate constitution, 他在立法院做出这样的承诺，他就说
Really? Okay.
Interesting.
So apparently the MOA, right? The Ministry of Agriculture said that they gave a promise that it's going to be completely banned. What exactly does that encompass?
Because the right now situation is the partially banning in the Animal Protection Act. So the MOA's chief promised in March 2025 it will totally banned in Animal Protection Act and the Wildlife Protection Act, both. So in the future, it's a huge architecture to mandate or edit the law, the code. In that case, they can control the use and also the manufacture and the sales together.
Okay. Okay. I guess that is kind of a good argument.
Yeah, it's effective.
Yeah, I was going to fight against it, but I feel like they kind of have a point. What has been your personal response or the TOEC's response to the rejection? You can start with your personal response first.
Yeah, I do wish our indigenous tradition wisdom can sustain in this mountain and the seascape historically, but we do also have our ecological responsibility to treasure all kinds of life, especially wildlife, and also dog and cats. And I do know many countries can slaughter and kill extra number of dogs and cats in order to control some ecological crises. But to Taiwan, we still need to respect our human grassroots tradition, because in many local religion and grassroots knowledge, we do treasure life for everyone, any kind of life. No matter it's a plant, it's a small ant, or it's a large black bear, we all treat them together as our connectiveness. So if it's not necessary to kill them, we do not need them suffering in the wild field. So the proliferation of wild game can be also commercially useful, but it may not be my personal concern. And our country try to use the commercial mechanism to promote the management of wildlife. But to many local people, the life value per se is unthinkable. It's very important. It's very essential. So no matter how it's look like or how it's so bad to hurt the agricultural crop, the life per se is a life.
Like a life is still a life? Is that what you mean?
I mean, even a pest insect is a life, and you can control them, but you don't need to torture them or hurt them evilly.
Unnecessarily, evilly. Yeah, there are a lot of natural solutions and remedies to a lot of our problems. We do have wisdom.
We have thousands year wisdom. We don't need to do so.
Yeah, just like using rat poisons in Taiwan. It's so unnecessary. Just let the, Taiwanese leopard cats, let them take care of it.
Right.
So, what was the TOEC's response to the rejection?
In the first immediate time, we appeal the petition directly, but the Central Election Commission reject our appealing. So next, we arouse a protest in front of the central government, but it's only recall their understanding. So finally, we go to the local court to submit our petition. In the other process, in the future, we can fine-tune or change the policy direction.
Do you think the team has given up after this recent rejection?
We do push many directions in postcard and the signature, but we do have many other grassroots activity to do now. For example, we can raise the study group for many animal release books, and we can also promote our animal protection consciousness. So there are many wildlife direction issues around our whole society, so we can still go ahead.
So long answer put shortly, the team has not given up?
No, we do not give up, because it's just a simple response from the central government. The opinion direction in the whole society are changing. The context of the wildlife hunting are changing, and even the indigenous people and the Congress of the indigenous society are changing their attitude. So you can see the whole hunting culture is changing gradually. We may not say it's succeed in a policy making process, but we change the human mind, we change the human attitude, and we also record their remembering for their wildlife, their animal from their historical remembering.
What is the next step specifically for the traps?
Okay, we plan to have a music concert in Jiantan or Yuanshan MRT station, because there are many cultural recreation and public song, and also the art promotion for the animal, inspired by the animal protection movement. So sometimes we feel all kind of animal give human being the insight, the feeling, and the inspiration. So we can perform songs, talk show, and all kind of dramatic plays. So we have applied several performance project, and in the future we can have the TV wall, and also discuss this kind of treatment to the wildlife properly. And also we will have the student, also the animal protection people working together to perform the art.
Amazing. So if you're an artist or creative in another way living in Taiwan, you could easily get involved. Did you know I'm a singer?
No, I don't know. Can we invite?
Yeah, I was going to say, please
Can
invite
you sing
me.
a song for the animal in Taiwan?
Of course.
Wow.
Of course. For free. Let's do it. I don't know when, but let's do it.
Yeah,
Then
please.
I already feel hopeful just hearing that there's a way forward and hearing that there is a next step. How hopeful are you about the future of banning the wild boar snares? Are you hopeful? Not hopeful?
Yes, I'm hoping.
Okay.
I'm hopeful.
Very good. Any final thoughts?
Sometimes we need more diverse and multiple cultural thinking in our society. It's not just for meat eating per se. Meat eating is a traditional habit in our human society. But there are many people gradually record their life, and they do not need to eat so much meat. So many vegan or vegetarian also use their way to reorganize our meat-eating society. If we can reduce our desire and consumption, and we can protect more life in our surrounding environment, in that sense, our culture can be sustained with the wildlife.
Oh. Are you vegetarian?
Yes.
Vegan?
Yeah.
Oh.
Vegan. But vegan is
difficult.
Some vegan in Taiwan have the religion's belief. I mean, Buddhist belief have many lessons on this kind of stuff. And in the traditional Buddha text, our human being can be transformed into a plant or an animal. So in that sense, maybe in the future, we can become a dog or a cat or a water buffalo, because the Buddha did the same thing in 2,000 years ago. So there are also the other stories. One day, maybe our human being can become or can be transformed into a plant. So life between animal and the plant are totally connected, just like us, just like our society today.
Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Hu, and thank you to all the listeners for tuning in.
Bye, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Do you have any thoughts regarding today's topic that you would like to share? Send an email to tristan@rti.org.tw. That is tristan@rti.org.tw. See you next time for Formosa Fauna Fridays here on Radio Taiwan International.